a one-stop or a two-stop. Both of those are feasible at this track, even in wet conditions. 5 red lights, and away we go. Can't quite tell who's got the best start. ABR Boom lagging slightly, but he is out ahead of MUN JC and the Alfa Romeo. Oh, he has got a lightning start, ABR Boom has. It looks like we are seeing a bit of lag, but despite the lag, it is still clear that ABR Boom is out front as 3. They go 3 wide behind him. I believe that was Snips and Monty side by side there. And say CSR JD19, the Red Bull, is P1 for some reason. I think that's a glitch. So just ignore that. The real leader, it looks like, is ABR Boom at the moment in the Renault Sport F1 car, as there's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Scrolling through to see who that is. It's DZ Domo. DZ Domo in the Racing Point car. It's a horrible weekend for him, isn't it? Crashed during qualifying, or retired during qualifying anyway. Started from the back of the grid, and now he's already spun out in Sector 1. First lap of the race. That's super unfortunate for him. It looks like he's got some front wing damage, judging by his pace. Meanwhile, the glitch that said JD13 was in the lead has been fixed, and it would appear that ABR Boom is being classified as the rightful lead once again. We're not even done with lap 1 yet. He's already pulled out a 2.5 second gap, now 2.6 seconds to Munjacia. Very impressive indeed. We got another yellow flag, this time in Sector 3. I think it's at the hairpin. Oh, it's another Racing Point. DZ Smates. Both of the DZ drivers have spun out in the opening lap here. That's extremely unfortunate for those guys. Oh. So not too much action at the front at the moment. ABR Boom seems to be pulling away for P1. Monty God, however, in the Haas, jumped up from 4th to 3rd at the start of the race there. So he's currently trying to chase down MUN JCI, who's driving an Alfa Romeo for P2 on track. Of course, I'm saying all these positions that they're in right now are just on track, because there are going to be plenty of 2 and 3 second time penalties for track limits violations, so just keep that in mind. Snips SB also not too far behind Monty. CSR Multi-21, NG Pets all right behind CSR Multi-21. Oh, this could be a good battle as they go very gingerly through the Wall of Champions chicane. Wall of Champions, very easy to hit and dry. It gets its name from it being hit many times by many F1 World Champions. So, much easier to do even still in the wet. So these guys are going to be very cautious in that final part of the track. As we watch this battle, if you can call it a battle, for 5th place. Really, the drivers just seem to be trying to get up to speed right now, find their bearings, see how much grip they can find in certain parts of the track compared to others, and just try to settle in. But that's not guaranteed. You look at, oh, wait, yellow flag in Sector 1. ABR Raz gets a bad exit there. Oh, DZ Smates in the Racing Point. We can't get a POV of him, but it would appear, indeed, that yeah, there is DZ Smates' stricken Racing Point. I don't know what happened there. Did he crash or did he just retire? He's saying it was futile to carry along in last place. ABR Boom has already pulled out a huge gap again to MUN JCI in the Alfa Romeo, and Snips SB is not letting the Alfa Romeo escape him. Although it appears, judging by the views from these broadcast cameras, it is actually getting drier. The rain is lightening up, and it's almost not there in some sectors of the track, so I think we could see the exact opposite of what we had in Grid 2. Grid 2, it started it dry, went to wet. Oh, I've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. That might be DZ Domo, one of the dry tires. Yeah, it is him. DZ Domo has spun. Makes sense, he's on totally the wrong tire for the current scenario. Oh, the 2 Red Bulls. They're looking pretty good here, at least compared to each other. They're fighting for P13 at the moment. Oh! ABR Raz, DC Rapid, and Sergeant Dicey Band. Those guys were all toward the back of the pack. They could use a pit strategy gamble. As this race control is saying the DRS is enabled, Sergeant Dicey Band just set a purple first sector. Fastest first sector out of anyone so far. So it is clearly time for those dry tires now. ABR Boom, oh, goes past CSR Fields on the intermediates. ABR Boom will flag in multiple sectors. What's going on? Oh, one of the media runners, I think, is holding everyone up. SLR Scopes still is not pitted for dry tires, and he is a lapped car. No, he's not a lapped car, but he's very slowly in, and I think he was going slow enough to cause those yellow flags to come out in sector 2 and 3 there. So I think everyone is still out on intermediates has made a seriously wrong disruption call here, as all 5 of the drivers who are still on intermediates, CSR West, CSR Phillips, Keystone LPC, are all coming in now with dry tires. They know it's time. And it seems like some of the guys early on, CSR West, ABR Mavs, again, they went for the medium tire. It says ABR Skills now, it's just the fastest lap of the race in the Alfa Romeo. So the guys who pitted for dry tires earliest chose the medium compound tire, but I don't think the mediums are going to last at all. They're not going to last to the end of the race. Mistakes, as ABR Raz might have done right there. ABR Raz is, I gotta say, was one of the first cars to hit for dry tires, and he is playing the strategy to perfection. Sure, he's not on the right compounded dry tire, but, oh, he got the front wing damage. Just as I say, he's doing pretty well, he gets front wing damage. It is the commentator's curse in play right now, as CSR Phillips is going to get by him. But yeah, Raz pitted for dry tires. He came into the pit when he was 14th or 15th, and now he's up to P9. So he's certainly benefited from this strategy. As iHal RB now goes by ABR Raz as well. Ooh, and CSR West does too, and it looks like... Oh, JD Thorkin's going to go by as well. Alright, ABR Raz is actually looking pretty slow at the moment. So, yeah, I think... I was going to say ABR Raz is doing well, but now he's just getting passed up by everybody as DC Rapid makes his way behind, past JD13 there. And there's a yellow flag now in Sector 1. Just scroll through to see what that is. Oh, I think MU and JC might have... No, it was Snips. It was Snips, because Snips was running 3rd before that yellow flag came out, and now he's 5th. So he must have lost quite a bit. So I think Snips may have had a little spin in the first sector there, in the first couple of corners. And now he's got his teammate for company, CSR Multi-21, as this is now turned into a titanic battle for P3. Monticod leading the charge in the Haas, followed by the Alfa Romeo, and JC is going to make a move for P3. JC is anxious to make up the lost time that he accrued by waiting to come for dry tires. And ABR Raz now is out of the race. What's happened to him? Stricken Williams lies there in Sector 2. I think something seriously wrong has gone on for him. I don't know what could make him retire like that suddenly. It looked like he crashed on accident. So, very unfortunate for him, because that could have been a great strategy call if it had worked out for him. As iHal RV and CSR Field now side by side down the back straight for 8th place. Looks like iHal got the better run on of the hairpin, so he's going to get that position for the rest of the lap. He also has DRS. Field does not. Oh, CSR West takes advantage as well. Saying thank you very much. Give me that position. Oh, West hits the wall of champions right after that overtake. He gets some front wing damage. Yeah, Phil does not seem to be managing his battery well, and he didn't have DRS down the straight, so it was kind of a sitting duck for not only iHal, but also West. Snips is going to get DRS. Oh! MU and JC have pulled away just enough ahead of Monticod, but Monty doesn't actually get the DRS, so that's going to allow Snips to be right by. Oh, they contact out of the chicane. Yeah, it looks like Monty was just too fast out of the chicane. Snips is a bit slower. Snips is going to retain the position, and he won't get any damage. I think Monty has some minor front wing damage, though. So in the end, Snips still comes out the better from that. And Multi-21, wow, right up the gearbox of Monty Cod at the moment. And speaking of JD, he has just passed Filge, ostensibly with the DRS here on the back straight. He didn't get the DRS there. And that'll put Filge into the clutches of Brownie Brown 9, it would seem. Again, the top 3, ABR Boom, NG Pez, and MU and JC, all looking very comfortable in their own positions right now. MU and JC 6 seconds ahead of this battle between Monty Cod and the two Mercedes machines. And ABR skills. The gap to 6th and 7th at the moment. Oh, it's multi bounces off the wall a little bit there. Seems to be stabilizing that gap. And it looks like CSR Multi-21 has just lost the front wing end plate on his right side as Snips gets back by Monty. That'll might keep going for a while if Monty has the pace, but yeah, CSR Multi-21 has just shot himself in the foot slightly by taking that front wing damage. The question is, does Monty caught have front wing damage as well? Because, oh yeah, he's missing the right end plate as well. A lot of these cars have been smacking the wall of champions, getting that front wing end plate torn off, and that reduces their performance in turn. But side end plate missing? I think Snips might actually have a left side front wing end plate missing. Ooh, Monty comes back at him with the DRS. And Monty takes 4th position. This is a titanic battle for P4 here. Keep in mind, this is a very real difference where Snips goes back down the inside. Can't make it stick. Because the difference between 4th and 5th is 2 championship points. 4th place awards 12 world championship points, 5th awards 10 of them. Oh! DC Rapid. There's an AlphaTauri off in the distance. That looks to be him. That's the second car that's been claimed in that particular corner there. First ABR Raz, and now the AlphaTauri of DC Rapid. And considering Rapid was running P9, that is going to open another points paying position as the virtual safety car comes out now. ESC ends. It looks like Ground might just get that points finish. As now everyone's coming in. A lot of cars now boxing either for soft or for new medium tires. I said earlier, those medium runners were not going to last till the end of the race on those tires. They would have to pit for something, as CSR West is showing very well here. So, that's something to keep in mind as Keystone Alfisti and the AlphaTauri. Oh, this is great spread. How did we not see this before? CSR filled for the Ferrari. Seems to have gotten by Keystone Alfisti and ABR skills, and now Alfisti comes back around it with the DRS. Skills did the same, not quite. Oh, they're side by side. Skills is going to back out. Bilge keeps P9 at the very least. The CSR GD13 now comes in to fit these soft compound tires. We'll have to run the final 10 laps of the race on those. He's about to, at least. Bilge is being really closed up on now as Multi-21 completely misses the chicane there. I'm not sure what happened. He just misses the braking point. Or does he have front wing damage? It looks like his front wing is intact, so I guess he just missed his braking point. We get this amazing camera shot from ABR skills. He's right on the back of Bilge now. He's going to get the DRS. Looks like he's going to get the advantage. He's going to moved up. Oh yeah, he's waltzing by Bilge. So we got him over Multi-21 now. He's not quite going to get by the Ferrari. Not quite going to follow skills through. Oh! Bilge. Ooh, Bilge had a solid hit on the wall of champions there. That's going to lose quite a portion of his front wing. Yeah, at least the end plate, maybe a little bit more. So, yeah, that's very unfortunate for him. That's going to lose him a lot of pace, and that could give CSR West the chance he wants to catch up to him in the Renault. Now they Multi-21 were in comparison to each other. It's a good thing the Bilge saved it. Otherwise, he could have taken them both out and given them both terminal damage. So, props to him for at least controlling it. As Skills gets by Alfisti for 7. CSR Multi-21, meanwhile, has gotten past Brandon Brown. Oh, that was very close quarters indeed. The World Champion chicane, and now ABR skills coming out of nowhere. Yeah, those two right next to each other, side by side. That tends to slow you down in that chicane quite a lot. And now Skills has injected himself right into Style 6. Ooh, Brown has quite a big tank slapper there. Yeah, Skills on those relatively new medium tires is going to be on the attack against Brandon Brown, who's on pretty old hard compounds. And but then CSR Multi-21 has just gotten past Brandon Brown. Multi-21 and Skills are on the same pit strategy. If they wanted to see more of a particular battle as two Haas cars side by side for P4. High Hal on Monicod. Can't tell which is which, but it looks like Monicod is going to defend the position for now. Very nice move through turns 1 and 2, but he is not out of the woods by any means. We still have 5 laps left in this race. We have a battle for 11th, it seems, between JD and Bilge, but other than that... as Multi gets past iHal RV, P5, so that's unfortunate for Hal. He will not be able to repeat his P4 from Russia, it seems. And now Multi-21 is the one who's right on the back of Monicod. He's now deploying that on the areas where he's most vulnerable against Multi. Oh, but now Multi going down the inside of the first chicane. That's not a very orthodox overtaking spot, and it's not going to work out for Multi this time as Monty retains the position. And now ABR Boom, I didn't even realize it was the last lap. I was so engrossed in this. But yeah, ABR Boom, unsurprisingly, is our winner in the Renault. He's been so dominant. Absolutely ridiculous. Our winner of Russia is once again a winner at the Canadian Grand Prix. As 3 lap cars as well on the CSR Field, Sergeant Ezvan and soon-to-be SLR Scopes are all finishing their race as well. They won't get a chance to do 35 laps since they're already a lap down. MUN JCI crosses the line in a very solid, strong P2, and NG Pez playing that strategy to perfection is going to cross the line in a well-deserved P3. And now, Multi has passed Monica. The Monty is using the overtake. All the ERS he has, and the DRS. And he's going to get past Multi. Oh, it's going to go down to the final straight. It's going to be Montecon. Montecon, jeez, maintains P4. Cinematic fashion, honestly. From Multi, who actually finishes P7 with time penalties due to track limits. Yeah, keep in mind, where a driver finishes on track is not necessarily where they finish in the classifications because, again, 3-second time penalties are handed out like candy on this track for track limits. So easy to cut those chicanes. I've been mentioning that throughout the race. And ABR Skills is being given the driver of the day by the game, which kind of makes sense considering he was pretty low down in qualifying, but now he's gotten P5 due to time penalties that are being factored in post-race. And there is ABR Boom's character celebrating on the podium with MUN JCI to his left and NG Pez to his right. Well, not to his right, to our right, rather, but you guys get what I mean. And yeah, that was an excellent race. Very engrossing. We had weather come into play, alternate pit strategies, safety car, really everything. So real quick, let's just go over the final classifications as they stand after the time penalties were put in. ABR Boom, our winner for Renault, followed by MUN JCI in the Alfa Romeo and Pez in the McLaren. Hal RV actually getting 4th in the end in the Haas due to a lack of time penalties. So well done to him. ABR Skills getting 5th, also jumping up due to a lack of time penalties. Keystone Alfisti had no penalties whatsoever during the entire race, so he jumps from 10th on track to 6th in the classifications for AlphaTauri. Monicod in 7th with the Haas, unfortunately, despite that spectacular defense of 4th on track. CSR Multi-21, meanwhile, he'll have to settle for 8th after being 5th on track due to his many track limits penalties. I'm guessing he racked up quite a few of those during his pursuit of the 2 Haas cars. Brownie Brown 9 in the McLaren in P9, and CSR JD actually rounding out the top 10 for Red Bull. So, Red Bull finally in the points for CSR in Grid 1. So, behind them, CSR West just outside the points, followed by Phil, Jesse Van Scopes, and with Snips, Rapid, Raz, Domo, and Snakes, all retiring before the end.